Hello, clever people! Welcome to this special Halloween edition of Our Brand is Crisis review.
Why is it the day after Halloween if we're doing the Halloween? Okay.
So, Our Brand is Crisis is about a government that's going to fall underneath...
I'm supposed to do it. Okay, Our Brand is Crisis is about government, and Sandra Bullock is trying to help Castillo be elected as president again. And it is Sandra Bullock and Billy Bob Thornton. What did you think about this movie?
I thought it was fine. It didn't have as much of a pack as I thought it would. The trailers made it look like it was going to have like this big pack, this big meaning behind it. It never really did. I really liked the acting. The acting is what pivoted the movie.
The acting was brilliant.
This is where it would have been without the acting, and this is where it was. It was much farther with the acting. Sandra Bullock's
attitude was just amazing.
Her attitude was great. How she started off kind of all, jet lagged and having all the issues from airplane flight. Billy Bob Thornton couldn't look any creepier. It's the creepiest he's ever looked. Oh my god, he looked, but he did a great role. The president was fine. A lot of the team worked really well. There was one guy's brother that I thought was really flat, but they didn't give him any lines, so I didn't think it really mattered. But I thought the acting was great. The writing was also pretty smart.
Yeah, the details were just brilliant.
Yeah.
I just love the details.
Yeah, the writing was really well done. The writing, it wasn't stupid dialogue. It was really smart political dialogue. In some political movies, they tend to dumb it down for some of the not so smart crowd, but this one didn't really dumb it down at all. It really brought out, this is what politics is. It's complicated, and most people don't understand. So that's what I liked about it. What did you like about it?
I don't understand why you said it was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. The beginning credits were really unique. I thought it was really funny how the first commercial was so bad. What was happening without Jane. It was just so fun.
Jane Bodine, yeah.
Yeah, and they had this percentage thing to show how well they were doing.
Yeah, that was well done.
I really thought that was well done.
Yeah.
And there was a car chase scene. That was really funny.
It felt a little out of place tone-wise,
but overall
really it was a hilarious scene.
Yes.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, it definitely had its ups and downs. With the downs, to me, it was the directing. I thought it was horribly paced. It's one of the worst paced movies that I've ever seen ever.
Really?
Yeah, it's...
Wow.
It's here, it's there, it's everywhere. I didn't see it as I saw the timeline of a beginning, a middle, and an end, but in that timeline, it was really loose. It was kind of going like this. I just felt like, okay, this event happens, and then this event happens, and how do those two tie together? They don't really tie together. I thought that the pacing, at times, it felt a little sloppy. The tone was a bit inconsistent, but overall, I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I thought the tone was fine. There was just one scene where it's just the only problem I had with the tone was just there was one scene where they're partying and they're doing a ton of
that was weird.
That was just out of tone.
It looked like a music video.
Yeah, it did. It totally looked like a music video. The only problem I really had with this movie was the misleading trailers. When I saw the trailers, I was like, yeah, this would be an awesome movie, which I thought it was an awesome movie, but the misleading trailers made it feel like she was against Castillo, even though she was for Castillo.
I never saw that. I thought that the trailers established it well. Yeah, I thought that it was more of her story than Castillo's story. It was more about her than him, which the movie did show quite well. It did establish that without her, he'd be at 2%. He wouldn't be in the top 3, and he wouldn't have eventually became president. It's a lie. It's a true story. You can look it up. It doesn't matter. Spoilers.
So, yeah, I don't understand why Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 33%.
Yeah,
I don't think. Does that still stand? I don't know.
I just saw it at 32. It's getting bashed on for no reason. I think I don't know, maybe it was because the tone, I just felt it was inconsistent, that sometimes it was trying to be a dark drama and also a happy comedy at the same time, but overall I enjoyed the movie.
What score would you give it?
I would give it a 6.7 out of 10.
I would give this an 8.8.
8.8, wow, that's a pretty high score.
I really like this movie.
I don't think it would be. It's definitely not in my top 10 worst. It's not in my top 10 best. It's
in my top 10 best.
It's in your top 10 best of the year.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the two movies we're comparing it to are
Wag the Dog and Gravity.
Gravity and Wag the Dog.
Yeah.
So what we're going to start out with is Gravity, obviously in alphabetical order. So what did you think of Gravity?
I really liked Gravity. I thought it was visually stunning. I just didn't like how there was no plot, and I didn't understand why she was going back to Earth if no one was waiting for her. And she said that she'd have a hell of a story to tell, but she said no one was no one was hoping for her to come back down.
Yeah.
So.
It had some plot inconsistencies. It definitely did, but I saw this movie twice in theaters, and each time it didn't have a strong plot, but to me, what's more important than a plot is emotion.
Yeah, the emotions were amazing.
Mad Max Fury Road, for example, that movie was a car chase. It's about one person going from here to here to here. It's that simple, but what really captivated up to, okay, this movie is great, was the emotion, and that's what Gravity had. It was the emotion of all of this, just everything coming down at once. Everything. You lost the Hubble telescope, you lost the Chinese space station, you lost the American space station, you lost everything, and you really realize, it puts you in the situation of, what would I do? What would I do if I was put in this situation? And you realize that you would have no idea what to do. Obviously, Sandra Bullock's character sometimes seemed a little damsel in distressy. Sometimes she felt like she was a little bit but I really, really loved this movie.
Me too.
It was visually stunning. It's hard to watch on a TV screen, but it's amazing in the theater.
What score would you give it?
I give it I think originally when I wrote my review, I gave it a 9. So I think I'm gonna keep with the 9. I loved the movie.
I'll give this a 9.2.
9.2, yes, pretty high.
Wag the Dog.
Wag the Dog is a very, very interesting movie. We watched this one together, and we have some very interesting experiences.
Very weird parts of this movie.
Yes, it's a very strange movie.
Yes.
I like how they represented how much the president, or even acting, how much it would do to make the American populace think something instead of something else. How they literally shot a commercial of someone running, and then they changed it into something much worse. I love how they incorporated Hollywood in it. And a movie like this, I'd be scared of how they're going to incorporate Hollywood, because it's kind of like trying to incorporate Hollywood in a movie about someone collecting toys. Politics and Hollywood are very different things. And I like how they kind of meshed it together. There was a lot of funny comedic beats.
Yeah.
I thought the language, I understand why movies would use language, why they'd use the F word more than once, but this was a little bit...
Yeah, that was way too much.
Yeah, like 40 times.
Yeah, Robert De Niro was really good in this.
Robert De Niro was great. Dustin Hoffman, I thought, was also great. Her assistant was a little flat, I thought. She could have spiced it up more, but I thought that Robert De Niro and Dustin Hoffman are the stars of this movie, and is backed up by a great script. The directing's a little off, the pacing's a little off, but I thought all in all, it's a great movie.
What score would you give it?
I'd give it a 7.5.
I'd give it a 7.3.
7.3, alright. Seems like the first time I've gone higher.
No, Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, Jurassic Park. Anyway, so that is our review of Our Brand is Crisis. So I'm Robert Burke.
And I'm Connor Gilbert.
And this is The Clever Critics. Bye.